How's it, guys? So today we're in Botawil, Nampo 2025, and for the international viewers who don't know, this is South Africa's largest agricultural show, and I just thought I'd quickly share with you guys, just have a look at all the aeroplanes. Some of us have to come with vehicles, while other guys come in style and fly in, and it gets so busy here that at one stage last year there were more aeroplanes landing in an hour than what there were at our international airport. In any case, guys, before I continue, let me quickly do my shout outs. Just get hold of my book. There's a helicopter coming into land over there. I don't think you guys will see it on the screen. Anyway, today's shout outs go out to David Claassen, Chip Thomas 4169, Gutelo Keith 9230, Creer Botha, Audrey Carter, Munyaneza Leonard, Bongam Kize, and Sam and Rose from Mackay, and I think that's in Australia down under. Guys, thanks for the support. Thanks for the comments that you leave me. I really enjoy interacting with you. And then as for the rest of you, we're going to see some nice cattle, so stick around. I expect to see most of the breeds showcased today, so hopefully I can show you some good looking animals. Anyway, stick around and we'll see what there is. Right guys, so right away we're starting off with a Chianina breed. It's actually a very large breed of cattle. From my understanding, they come from Italy. I'm speaking under correction. And in front of us we have a little bull here. He's 2 years and 3 months old. I don't know if you're going to see there. The light's not very good. 2 years and 3 months old, and he already weighs 980 kilos. Now, just to put this into perspective, I just want to show you guys. Quickly. Have a look at this monster. Have a look at this guy. He's 3 years old. He weighs 1,100 kilos, so that's over 2,000 pounds. Being an extremely large-framed animal, he should be very late maturing, which means he's probably not finished growing yet. These animals are absolutely huge. Just come off a waist up. I just want to show you there in the background. Just compare that animal to this one. Again. Just have a look at this. Just to give you some perspective. Look at this. Look at this. These animals are huge. Come on. These animals are absolutely huge. Now, this is a niche market. I just want to tell you guys something. I'm 6'2", 187, or just about 6'2". And that animal's rump is nearly as high as what I am. Huge animals. Now, just an interesting fact. I'm just going to stand back a bit. They actually put these huge bulls on Ngunis. This is what happens when you put that huge bull. I don't know if you guys can see it over there. On Ngunis. Look at these little cows. And these calves are the result. These calves are the result. Now, if that doesn't tell you, this piece is not about the Nguni. This piece is about the Chianina. But if it doesn't tell you how wonderful these cows are, I mean, just imagine. These little cows were able to give birth to calves bred from that huge bull that we just saw removed. It's amazing. Coming back to the Chianinas, these animals are huge, as I said. Here's another one over here. Now, it's a niche market, I think. The carcasses are extremely large. I'm not quite sure. The guys manning the stall have just walked away, so I'm not quite sure who they sell their end product to, because these carcasses would be way too big for the most of the abattoirs in our country. So let's look at that bull. Interesting things. Just want to see, there's some more cattle on this side. What do we have over here? Okay, here's just a demonstration on a scale how it works. I'm going to go around and have a look and see what I can see. Guys, I'm not going to edit this video too much. There's not going to be a lot of time. Just coming back to the show. If I remember correctly, last year they had on, they had on average 150,000 people per day come through. The show lasts for 4 days. This is dry ice for Africa. I've actually bought some of these branding irons. They do freeze branding. Hello. And that's what they're busy doing on that side. I'll be making my own video with regards to that later. Guys, I'm just going to pause this quickly and move on to the next one. Right, guys. I'm going to be talking softly because there's a lot of people around me. And I don't want to disturb people around me, but here we're at the Herefords. Beautiful animals. Actually, for many years used to be my favorite breed. There's the bull over there. These are imported European cattle. Beautiful animals, good meat quality. I don't know if they can handle our South African heat that well though. But still beautiful animals nonetheless. And what do we have here? Drakensbergers, yes. Yes. Have a look at that. I just want to see. They've put bales in the front so I can't get there. Hang on a sec. Okay, these are the Drakensbergers, ASBS. I would think this is a fairly young bull. He's not very big. They are a medium frame breed. As I said, these used to be known as the ASBS. It's one of the indigenous breeds of South Africa. And it developed in the Drakensberg Mountains, or the Dragon Mountains. Okay, so here we have the Afrikaner. It's a pity this bull's lying down. It's early morning. Most of the animals will probably be lying down, unfortunately. Another one of South Africa's indigenous breeds. This is the breed that, for the most part, pulled the ox wagons during the Great Trek. And there are still people nowadays, here and there nowadays who actually still keep a team of oxen that pull ox wagons. As I said, another one of South Africa's indigenous breeds. And beautiful animals. I just wish they would be standing up so we could see them better. Characteristic of the breed, they've got a specific shape to their heads. Let's see if I can get a better view from over here. Although I see over time that shape has pretty much been bred out of them. And according to Johan Zietsman, this is the breed to fatten the easiest, or second most easiest, behind the Boran. So, indigenous hardy tough animals developed in South Africa and well suited to our conditions. Now, interesting, when I was here last year, the Breeder Society, and that's where they are over there, they actually said, Afrikaner, they actually said that they had tests done and these animals, or their breed, actually won the tenderness test when compared to other breeds. So, yeah. And over here we have Sussex. Look at that bull. Another beautiful breed, also an imported breed. A little hairy, but they also combine very well with Nguni as a terminal sire or a terminal cross. And here we have the Senepol. Now, look at that beautiful little calf. Look at that beautiful little calf. I did a video on them not too long ago. This is a breed that I think is highly underrated. They have short, sleek coats. They have good heat adaptability. And they carry a large part of the West African Ndama in them, so hardy adapted blood certainly courses through their veins. And a breed that I think is going to make a big impact, or have a big impact going forward in the future. Now, I'm actually looking at getting a couple of Senepol crosses at least. There's an auction coming up soon where there'll be a couple of animals on offer. And I really, really hope that I'm successful in getting one or two. Just want to show you guys quickly. Look at this bull's head. Look at the wrinkles on his forehead, eh? Isn't that amazing? Look at those wrinkles. You can see he's most certainly a masculine animal. He doesn't like me getting too close to him. There's a little bull calf that's standing over here. And it looks very similar to the heifer calf that I have at home. Beautiful animals. Okay, here we have Santa Gertrudis. Now, if memory serves me correct, this is an American breed, and it developed not very far from the Beefmaster that was developed by Tom Lasseter in the United States. You can see this is quite a big blocky bull. Obviously they've been prepared for Nampo, and many of these animals will then be on show as well. Santa Gertrudis are very popular in South Africa. I don't know much about them, but just look at the size of this bull. This is a blocky animal. I'm just trying to see if I can get an angle. It's a pity I've got to stand too close. Space is a little bit tight. But this is most certainly a very blocky bull. Very popular in South Africa. Not a breed I know a lot about. But yes, as I say, an American breed that was developed in the United States. And on this side, we have Pinskouers. Now this you can see is a large frame bull. It's actually a very big bull. Wow. I don't know what he weighs, but I think he's probably close to a ton. I also don't know much about this breed either. Yeah, the Pinskouer Cattle Breeders Society of South Africa. Some really striking animals on show to be seen. So if you have the time, today's Wednesday. I'll be posting this video tomorrow, which is Thursday. If you have the time, come down to Nampo and come have a look at these breeds. Let's move on. Okay, so here we have the red polled. My goodness. Here we've got the red polled. Red pole, rooi poenskop. If you look at them quickly, they actually look quite similar to the Senepol in some aspects. A lot of wrinkles on their foreheads. Now the bull's standing on the other side. The South Pole in the States, if I remember correctly, was bred out of the Senepol, the red pole, and there was a third breed. I can't remember. I think there was a third breed. So all the animals that Greg Judy farms with, among other people, were developed from this breed. Once again, an imported breed. Don't know it very well. Quite a stocky bull over here. Man, guys, it's just a pity we can't see these animals better. This cow's got wide hips. She's busy stretching now, so you can't see. There we are. Just look how wide those hip bones are. It's some of the widest hip bones I've ever seen on a female animal, but beautiful nonetheless. Beautiful hairy little calf lying down there. Beautiful animals. Right, and of course, the Ngunis. The Ngunis. If this bull looks slightly familiar, it's because he was bred by Freddie Besselard and looks similar to Bastian. Now, Freddie and them went through a tough dry spell for nearly 3 years. But these animals are actually looking very, very good. Nice masculine bull. Nice masculine bull. Look at that. Beautiful calf in the background. Small cow. I wonder if she will make 380 kilos. I don't think so. And that little sized cow is what we saw earlier, exactly her size, 350, 380 kilos. Successfully delivered calves from that Chianina bull, which stands nearly 6'1", 6'2" at the rump. Just shows you what a spectacular breed this is. Amazing, amazing animals. Right, and here we have Simmentaler, or Simmental. Now the Simbras I have at home are a cross between this breed and the Brahman. Man, that's a heavy stocky bull. I just want to see if I can, I don't know if you guys can see. This bull is wide. He must be fairly heavy. I think he would pull the scale at about 800 plus kilos. Beautiful calf in the middle over there. And a beautiful cow. Now, once again, guys, this is an agricultural show. A lot of these animals take part in show competitions, so they've been prepared for that. It's not how they're going to look on grass on your farm, unfortunately. But it's still beautiful animals nonetheless. Beautiful animals nonetheless. Over here we have Brangus. Now, take note, most of the conventional breeds, Brangus can come in different colors. And there's a nice picture of a bull in the background over there. But because South Africa's got a thing about red, all the guys with the conventional breeds have pretty much sent red animals to the show. Look at that bull. What a stocky animal. Brahman Angus cross. The hardiness of the Brahman and the meat qualities of the Angus. Nice stocky animals. I actually quite like that plate. Striking. Okay, so now we buy the Beefmasters now. We just saw the Santa Gertrudis. And if I'm not mistaken, Tom Lasseter, who developed the Beefmaster, as I said, him and the guys who developed the Santa Gertrudis were in the same area, if not neighbors. Of course, I don't know if today's Beefmaster looks the same as Tom Lasseter's. I know he had smaller framed animals, but the market has changed and people have selected for different characteristics across all breeds, but also very popular in our country. Very, very popular. Once again, as I say, people in South Africa love red. Guys, I can't spend too much time on each breed. There are just too many breeds, so I'm just basically quickly showing you what the animals look like from the different breeds. I can't spend too much time going into too much detail. Having said that, there are a lot of breeds I don't know a lot about, but this is a very popular breed in our country, and once again, red is most certainly the theme. And then we get to the Bonsmara. breed developed in South Africa. Hereford Shorthorn and Afrikaner cross. Bred to feed the commercial market in terms of feedlots and that kind of industry. Beautiful bull this. Once again, keep in mind these animals have been prepared for the show. They look very good. They're not in their working clothes, but still beautiful animals nonetheless. There's a farmer, I think from Limpopo, Gavin Bristow. I actually saw some very striking, my goodness, Bonsmara bulls that he bred. Beautiful, beautiful masculine bulls, but nothing wrong with these animals over here. If you're breeding calves for the feedlot, that's what you're looking for. And of course, here we are. Tulis. Beautiful. I wonder whose Tulis they sent. I don't see Olby here. He might be at one of the other stalls. Fertile, profitable veld cattle. Well, I'm extremely happy with the Tulis that I bought. So much so that I actually want to get some more. But I'm just going to move around. Beautiful bull this. Nice prominent eye banks. Good masculinity. I really like this bull. I just want to see if I can get any information on him, how old he is. Trying to see, just give me a second. This is his. Okay, he's a 2021 model. 22, 23, 24, 25. So he's basically the same age as Fred. Beautiful bull. Better picture of that bull up there. Guys, my opinion, these animals are the future. Tuli, Nguni, Afrikaner, Drakensberger. Let's see what we have over here. Over here we have a Limousin, once again an imported European breed. I think they're actually French. Blocky, stocky bull that. Stocky bull. That's one thing about the European breeds. When you feed them well, they can get nice and stocky. Slightly longer hair coat. Slightly longer hair coat. Look at those ears. Aren't they unique? Beautiful animals. Let's move on. Okay guys, I just made a mistake. I said these were Limousines. I don't know what I was smoking. They're Braunviehs. Let me just move around. Blocky bull. Beautiful animals. Nice stocky blocky bull, well fed, well prepared. Braunviehs. So yeah, I thought they were Limousines. I should learn how to read. Here are the Limousines. I thought they looked slightly odd. Here are Limousines, man. I wish you could see on camera how broad that rump is. Stocky bull. Beautiful animals, well prepared for the show. Yeah, red in color, fairly smooth coat. And as I said, I think they are a European breed. And I think more specifically from France, if I'm not mistaken. Beautiful. Beautiful. Coming to this side is the Shorthorn. Now this is a breed that many would know overseas. Also another imported breed. Not a huge framed animal, looking to be closer to a medium framed, I think. longer coats. And they've been used, as I said, they use the shorthorn in the development of the Bonsmara. So it certainly has some good characteristics that they thought or deemed worthy of breeding into the Bonsmara. Beautiful animals. Okay, here's the Boran. Interesting. A color other than red for a change. All the previous animals have been mostly red. Beautiful, beautiful animals. Nice stocky bull, a little bit larger framed. His name is Mufasa. And I think he's a hotspot Boran, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that masculine head. He just oozes masculinity. And this cow over here, just get around and get a better angle. A very feminine cow. Now, guys, you can just see next to each other. A perfect example of sexual dimorphism. The bulls look like bulls and the cows look like cows. Cows are feminine, finely built, no doubt as to what their gender is. Look at the neck on that bull. He's not enjoying me too much. Beautiful, lovely animals. Okay, Romagnola. This is a breed I don't know at all. Quite a fluffy, fuzzy, longer coated breed. I know absolutely nothing about these animals, so they definitely look to be a medium frame breed, quite a stocky bull by the looks of it. And more than that, I don't know. Don't know much about the breed. Okay guys, here's a pinsale. Born and bred for Africa, so I'm not quite sure what. It's a Pinsgau cross. Very, very solid bull this. Nice fine coat. I can actually see that these animals can do well in our country. By the looks of it, a medium framed animal, but stocky, extremely stocky. And I'd actually like to confirm what this breed was made up of. I'm not sure. Okay, look at that sheath, that penile sheath, a very dry penile sheath, which is actually quite an important trait, I think. Look at that neck. Wow. Wow. Look at how wide that back is. Beautiful calf. Okay, so I've been able to confirm this is a cross between the Pinsgau and the Nguni. So you've got the meat and fleshing ability, or at least the muscling of the Pinsgau, and you've got the adaptability of the Nguni. So that actually makes sense. I can understand why they've done this. It's a composite bred out of the Nguni, bringing in some European traits. Sorry. Look at that beautiful calf. Feminine cow. Look at this bull. Man, guys, this thing is wide. This bull is wide. It's huge. Masculine. Look at that. Beautiful. Right, guys. Okay, so I'm out of the shed where all the cattle were, and we're walking around outside to see what there is to see. I can speak a little louder now. Unfortunately, I can't always do something about the sun. How's it, guys? So there's some Romagnolas. This one's got a bit of a spicy attitude to her. Let's just see. I'm not sure what these are. The door says Boran up there, but it doesn't look like Borans, unless it's crosses. Maybe they are Boran? No. I'm not quite sure what animals these are. Just look how fat that cow is. Look at the fat deposition on the back of her rump. She's extremely fat. Shorthorns, I think. That's what it says up there. And over there. Okay, some bulls getting some much needed attention. God, look at the neck on this thing. Wow. What a solid animal. There's a cow next door. Are they going to the show?
Yeah, for the display this afternoon.
This afternoon. Okay.
But also the red limousine inside.
Yes, I saw them. Are these, what are these, black limousine?
Black limousines.
Okay, so guys.
You get a red one, black one.
All right, there you have it. You get black limousine, you get red. Jeez, look at the width on this thing's shoulders. Look, he's obviously been prepared for the show, but wow. Wow. I just want to see if I can get a better angle. He's a monster. Let me come around. Yeah. Very furry neck, eh? Very furry neck. Huge. Not a huge frame, but an extremely muscular, blocky bull. All right, let's see what else there is. I'm not sure what this is. Okay, Braunvieh. Okay, that's the breed that I got wrong inside that I thought were limousines. Once again, I didn't take my meds this morning, so I'm not firing on all cylinders. Let's see what's over here. Tuli. No, can't be. This is not a Tuli. Is it? This is probably a Tuli cross. We're on the outside now, so I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what this is. I've got no idea. Quite a big animal nonetheless. But most certainly not a... Oh, interesting. Well, the door up there says Tuli. There's a spicy guy. Are you a spicy guy? Let's just have a look. I just want to see if he's a bull. Guys, this is an ox. Probably a Tuli cross. I'm not quite sure why he's here. But there certainly is. I think they're just basically showing what you can get if you cross the Tuli with some of the other breeds. That makes sense to me. That's quite a big animal. It's quite a big animal, because there's the Tuli sign over there. Anyway, let's move on. Let's see what else there is to see. Moving along. Hello. Okay. Some more Beefmasters. You can see they're well conditioned, beautiful animals, well prepared for this agricultural show, and you'll go far to find animals that haven't been properly prepared. I nearly want to say I think the only guys who don't fatten their animals are the Nguni breeders. There we are over there. Hello. Okay, so if you look at the Ngunis, they're the only breeds so far that don't seem to have been fed or fattened for the show, and that kind of makes sense because their claim to fame is that they're the hardiest breed and they can live under the toughest conditions, and Well, I agree. From what I've seen, I agree. Beautiful. Anyway, red pole calves. We saw them inside, and I think that's it. I'm just going to pause here and we'll see what's up front. Okay, some more Drakensbergers. Here we can see better. Hello, girl. Wonder what goes through her mind with everyone walking up and down around here. And then here we have Hereford and Hereford crosses, it would seem. Black Hereford. Okay, maybe not crosses. I'm not quite sure what the purpose is. Okay, I think they put weaner calves out here. And they compare the weaner calves with the different breeds. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. I'm not too sure. But I think that's what's happening. It's just to show you examples of the calves of the different breeds. Okay, those are most certainly not weaners. Whereas these are stocky little buggers. Okay, over there we've got pigs, Big Dutchman, well-known international brand. Here we've got, and guys, this is not even 10% of the show. This that I'm showing you guys around me. There we've got sheep, there's horses around, John Deere over there. So for a third world country, this is actually a huge show. Anyway, hello. I'll make him famous. Yeah, it's a huge show. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up for now. I might add in a couple of other pieces if I find something interesting. But I just thought I'd share the different breeds that I see today. Once again, not a lot of time to stop at every breed and discuss them in detail. There's just too many breeds and I just don't know enough about them. Okay, there we are. Here's a competition. Guess the average mass of the heifers and win a ton of lick. Those heifers are weighing on average 420 kilos. I've got it. I've got it. Anyway, everyone that has something to do with agriculture, cattle, implements, chemicals, you name it. If you can sell it to a farmer, those people will be here today. Anyway, guys, I'm cutting this short. This is a very long one, even by my standards. But if you're in South Africa and you have time on Friday, come around. Scales, crates, handling facilities, back scratches, you name it, you'll find it here. Anyway, guys, we'll chat again. Cheers.